I do. Like, for real. Something has always been wrong with me. And I did never, you feel me?
There's something wrong with a lot of black people, to be honest. A lot of people just in general.
But, you want to intro it first?
Ooh, ooh, don't blood it over here, man.
Yeah, I
Come
definitely farted in this chair, too. So, thank you for tuning in to Real Nonsense. I am your host, Nickel Mayne.
And I'm your co-host, JC. And he just said he farted.
I did. I definitely put it
After
viciously.
you burped and blew it
Hey,
over this way.
it's a rough, man, look,
You
anyway.
a rough day.
Yeah. But like I was saying, nah, like, growing up, I give you examples for me. Like, a couple years ago, man, a situation happened with the fam, and I told my mama that, like, I knew something was wrong there. I knew I wasn't okay then.
So you have been diagnosed already, or you don't know?
No, I wasn't.
Are you actually
Yeah.
like be real? You going to an actual
Oh,
therapist,
yeah.
or you just going to somebody that
Mantino Mental Health Center
Okay, okay.
in Mantino.
Because you know
Illinois.
black
People
be
be like, I just talk to somebody. I go to
Right.
therapy. Nah.
no, that's
Like,
not
I
therapy.
pay with my insurance, all of
Oh,
that,
okay.
and because I have to talk to somebody.
Mhm.
And a situation happened a couple years ago that it really, at that moment, really messed me up to where I don't celebrate the holidays anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah, crazy, crazy. Now, mind you, I didn't really celebrate them before that, but in that situation, it really made me look at family different.
Mhm.
So I said out my mouth. I said, "Ma, I'm dealing with depression.
Mhm.
There's times I just sit and I wanted to kill myself."
Mm.
And the
Yeah, that's
words,
depression.
the words that I heard, I'm not gonna repeat them because
Yeah.
they hurt.
Mhm.
I put therapy off for another 2 years.
Mm.
I had to. The reason I had started to take therapy seriously because my sister Mel and my best friend Stacy
Mhm.
and Mel's fiance Alvon. Those three were the driving forces behind. Hey, get help.
Right.
We know something is wrong. You don't know what it is. We don't know what it is, but we can see it. You're not yourself.
Yeah.
So once it was drastic. I had a mental breakdown while at work, and I was trying to fight it, and I was trying to make sure I was cool and be okay. But my supervisor saw me,
Mhm.
and she pulled me into the office. She said, "Are you okay?" And I ended up just breaking, and I told her like I needed help. I needed to get help, and so she called the hospital, and they gave her the numbers.
Mm.
And so that's why it's always been a big thing for me to, like, I never took my own advice, but I was great at, hey, talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Holla at me if you need it, bro. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm with that. But I feel like growing up, especially in church, especially church families, you don't get to vent to nobody without it being,
Everybody busy.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah. Or you got because like, and that's why I asked, are you going to
a real
a
therapist.
real
Yeah.
therapist? Because even when you talk to people,
Uncle Earl ain't your therapist.
well, not only that, not only do they not know how to handle
Yeah.
certain situations or how the brain, like therapists study how the brain
Yeah.
operates, how your mentality, how your mental state operates, depending on situation to situation,
Right.
person to person. Not only that, like I think most important, the confidentiality of that
Bro,
therapist,
when
because
I
your job on the line, your livelihood is on the line.
Bro, when I say the first time I vented to somebody and I heard word for word what I
What you
said,
said, yeah.
I knew like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
No more
never
venting.
I'll never say anything to anybody else again.
Yeah.
Like my friends, like one of my closest friends, I texted him the other day. I was like, "Yo, you busy?" And I was on the verge. I knew something was coming.
Mhm.
I just didn't know what.
Mhm.
And I'm like, "Bro, you busy?" And he didn't text me back. He just called me. And he
Mhm.
asked me, "Was I okay?" And I just broke while we was on FaceTime, bro. Like,
Mm.
my friends know I can't lie to them like that.
Right.
I tell you I'm okay, but if you know me, you know.
Mhm.
something is off. If
Yeah.
I ain't telling a joke, I ain't showing somebody music, I ain't talking about something, I ain't being the life of the party or the
Yeah.
energy in the room, something
Yeah.
off. And from then on, it was always like,
I seen as soon as you stepped out your car.
uh,
When you got here and you got out your car, I was like, "What, you tired or something?"
I no, it just I wasn't
It just ain't there.
not there.
Yeah.
But
And you have. I mean, we all have uh, moments like at least I do. So that's why, like, one of the techniques I use is I intentionally remember the good days that I have
mm.
because, and I enjoy the good days that I have without like looking back like, oh, when something gonna pop off, when something gonna
And that's
end up
my
happening.
problem, bro.
Yeah.
I've grown up with, yeah, you're doing good, but
But keep in mind this happening.
you feel me?
Keep watching this.
Every kid when they're younger wanted, if they played sports, they wanted to either go to play basketball or NFL, hockey, soccer, something like that. I had this dream, bro. Oh man, I'm going to the league. I'm going to the league. I want to play this. I want to do this. And when I told my mama and my family, my mama was cool with it. But then like, there's certain people in my family that'll be like, "Yeah, you could do it, but be a realistic." This, and I'm just like, "Whoa, I appreciate that now." But then that crushed my spirit.
Yeah.
That crushed my heart. Like if I would have taken writing seriously, like I was doing when I was 18, 19, I'd be gone by now.
Yeah.
But listening to different people, not even just my family, my friends, acquaintances, the person I was with at the time killed every single dream that I brought to them. And that's when I learned, like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing everything on my own. But after that, it makes me realize, like, okay, I can't do this by myself because I have to have a team.
And when did you realize that? Like recently?
Yeah, like when the first time I had started writing this show called 1248, and it was just loosely based on my life, different characters and stuff like that. I realized that creatively, I would have writer's block for weeks at a time. And then I would go to my friends like, what should I do with this? And by the time they would give me their opinion, I've already snapped back out of it because just listening and letting somebody else read it real quick. So that's when I realized, like, all right, I have like maybe 4 or 5 people that I legitimately let read anything that I got. Whether it's music, for other artists, whether it's me writing the shows, or whether it's the idea for my game show, The Smokers Lounge. It's very intimate to me for me to let them people, like, I'll sit with them, I smoke, all right, we talk, whatever. I didn't start doing that though until I want to say a year ago, because it was like from 19 till about 25. Can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing from you.
That ain't just you.
I know, and
that's
that
most people.
don't tell me nothing, bro. I'm living right now. But then it hit me as I got older. It's like, okay, you're gonna be 27 this year. I'm almost at 30. I don't want to be what's around here
all over the place
at 30. That's why I told you when I came in, bro. What am I doing with my life?
And this is just like between last year, like 2019. It's the first time I've actually had first time in my life where I've actually had a plan.
Yeah.
And started moving on that plan. Because really, I mean, to be honest, I have a plan, but I don't really have a plan. Like, I know the things that I
what we
want
to do. Yeah, it's
but
just
I
I had to
really
write my ideas down.
writing it down and then moving on that. So, like, even us starting this, like, everybody, you know how many people have an idea of, oh, I want to start a podcast. Or I want to start this. And a lot of people think they have to, like, fortunately, God has blessed us to be have all of this equipment and like even Gardner Prayer and RES Studios us to be able to be in here. But like I tell people all the time, I started on my iPad. Before I got in here, I started on my iPad and I did not care. Well, I did care. That's not the truth. I did care because I thought what I was putting out was trash. But it was actually my sister that listened to what I had and was like, you can sell this. And I was like, no, ain't nobody finna, come on. Ain't nobody finna buy this. This is trash. And she was like, "No, I'm not a rapper yet, but I'll buy it. I buy it." So when she said that, I was like, "Well, maybe somebody else will buy it."
Yeah,
So
maybe it's something here. That,
yeah,
you
so
know.
I started. I had my iPad, and I just started. I had found out how to hook up my keyboard that I had at the time. It was a 61 key MM6.
Nerd shit. All I see is rolling and white and black keys. I don't know nothing about none of that.
But so I figured out how to hook my iPad up to my keyboard, and now I can play
Yeah.
out stuff. And like when I started doing that, I started being able to put more and more things together. I remember getting dressed for work. I was working at the Kankakee Country Club at the time, and I remember getting dressed for work. I started putting my belt on, and I heard something in my head. I had to be at work in like 20, 30 minutes. But I heard something in my head, and I was like, I got to put this down.
Mm-hmm.
I ran over like with one shoe on, like I was half dressed. Went over to my keyboard, laid it down real quick, and then left, was listening to it in my car. And that's like how that was before like I started Car Music Productions. That was before I started running sessions and stuff like that. But people don't want to start there.
Yeah, man.
When I moved in my first place,
Mm-hmm.
I had $3.42 in my bank account.
That's what's up.
When I moved, the
like,
first night I moved in my place, I had to go. I had $7, but I had to go buy a shower curtain for my
bathroom.
for my
so
bathroom.
Get water on the floor.
Right.
Or
So
somebody broke in.
then not only did I have to buy a shower curtain, I had to buy the little hooks to hang the shower curtain on. I was like, I gotta buy that too.
$5 to
I thought that came with it,
Yeah.
but I had to buy that. So then I looked at my bank account. I was like, I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna remember this moment right now, and not to say that I've arrived right now.
But you're doing better than what you were before.
But I can see the baby steps that I took, or that God has brought me. Not to get deep and spiritual.
No, but
that's
it's
who
a
I
real
am.
thing though. Like
the
me too.
baby
I just
steps.
don't.
We gonna work on it.
Yeah, we gonna get there. You feel me?
But like to see the baby steps of how God has kind of like progressed me to where I am now, where I have like things like a business. Like, I have like a legitimate business account where I can write checks in my business name.
Oh, look at you.
I mean,
writing checks now.
Well, they aren't too much.
You feel me? It's still a check. I'm not writing checks yet. So,
but like and a lot of the thing is, even before that, so I was working at the country club while also like training myself to work here. So I was still working at the country club. I remember one day I came here a Saturday. I had recorded sessions with who was I with? Drippy. That was when I first met him.
Right,
I recorded sessions with him from God, it was like 10 in the morning till 3 o'clock. I went to work from 4 till 9 or 10 p.m. Came back, went from 11 to like 4 in the morning.
No, see.
And I'm still at this point. I'm still like I'm not. I was charging people, but I didn't really know what the heck I was doing. So I'm just in here. I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know what I was doing.
Winging it, basically.
Pretty much. So look. When I say
I know
life is mostly about winging it, like when I get there, I'll address that.
You know how many conversations, bro? We talked before. I was a counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Me.
You were a counselor?
Yes. So mind you, but I can't really say a counselor, bro, because they just hired anybody with a pulse.
Where?
IOA. Yeah. Bro, literally would hire anybody with a pulse. Like, this the thing. I did the application, got the interview. They were like, "When can you start?" I was like, "Whoa, ain't no tests, y'all need people."
So I ain't no.
so when I'm like,
it's like the dude. Wait, you seen the dude? It was a kid that he was lying about being a doctor.
A doctor, bro? Come on, how? Like, seriously,
like, and he was treating people, and they was paying,
and then got locked up. Did you see he recently just got arrested again?
Really?
For money, for like fraud and laundering, bro?
I did not see that.
Yes. Bro, I love Twitter. Like you have no idea, bro. I got a Twitter page I'm gonna send you. It's literally no context, Dr. Umar, and it's just him just ranting about different stuff, and it's so funny, bro.
Wait, is Dr. Umar?
Yeah, it's black.
I wasn't talking about him.
I know, but
It's but
the Twitter page is that. But
oh, okay, okay. And
what I'm
they talked
saying is,
about the
yeah.
okay.
So like I was saying, I'm a counselor at, you feel me? They letting
So
me
you just out there.
just out there with these kids. Just
Just out there trying.
no, I don't think they did a background check. I don't think they did like a mental health check. None of that, cause
they
dog,
couldn't have.
there's no way. Because there's days I'd come into work
Mm-hmm.
and just be like, I don't want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck them kids.
So was it really a counselor or
That's what they cut, bro. We had a
that
team,
was a job title?
bro. We had paperwork to fill out. We had a group, like group sessions where the staff would be sitting at a table just like, well, ain't that we in front of a white table, 2-3 of us sitting here just like this. The kids is out in front of us,
And they
listening to us. We got to come up with plans to do so they can learn for like sexual education, how to deal with their emotions. I never ran group.
wow.
But
I didn't know that.
Yes, bro. I was always out there. I was always in group though. So we'd have like rec time. I'd take them outside. They'd be hooping all day. We just play outside. It's like a mini jail, technically. But
A mental jail.
yeah, no, for real. Like most of the kids that we would get were from like juvie and shit like that. So it'd be like, all right, but these are like sexually abused DCFS kids. So it's like you learn about your mental health dealing with them. As messed up as I am, like on my days, like there's days I'll go to therapy and like maybe like I was telling you earlier, maybe 1 or 2 days after therapy, my mind has gotten so used to the point of just thinking about the most negative thing I can think of. So it combats when I'm trying to be in a good mood. Like I woke up this morning, great, perfect. Then out of nowhere, man, what am I doing? Ooh, and I've been in a funk. Like I'm getting out of the funk now because it's like, all right, I'm thinking like, okay, boom, and I've been praying. And this is just today. Yesterday, it started last night, and it ended when I got here.
See where I'm trying not to. I got this Just God shirt on.
Man, look, if you
I'm
don't,
trying not
bro.
to. Because like so I feel that.
But it's real nonsense though. So you gotta,
Yeah.
you feel me?
So I feel just like that. There are moments where it just hit me like I had a moment today where I was like, you ain't gonna be able to stay afloat.
Yeah,
like,
bro. And it like when you texted me with the podcast, bro, I promise you, I was giving up on podcasting. I was giving up on entertainment, and I was just finna work, finna just do the little 9 to 5, build my family, build a career doing that. My sister, when you texted me, that's why I was like, let's do it. I texted my sister before I texted you back. I sent her the screenshot, and she was like, bro, this is what you've been waiting for. She was like, we've already told you. You hosting a show or something, or you being on someone's screen is a must because you have that energy for it. And I almost gave up. That's why I texted you back. Like I give big ups to my sister Mel.
Yeah, and that it happens, like it happens with everybody. But like my instant thought, I went back to, you know what? God, I trust that whatever happens, that you gonna keep me and whatever it is. And it didn't. I didn't just get there because I remember hearing my dad say that. My parents, my grandparents. I remember hearing but until you have your own experiences and until you get to the place where you like, you know, I don't really have no choice.
But it's when you hit, bro. I told my best friend the other day. I said, I hit rock bottom. Financially, I hit rock bottom. Mentally, emotionally, physically, I've hit rock bottom. I've been stressing.
You did. Yeah.
You feel me? Bad. I was bigger than this.
Were you?
Yeah, I can show you. I'll show you some pictures.
I
was
do
bigger than
remember
this.
that. I do remember that.
And so, and this was even after playing football. I had just started gaining weight because I was emotionally eating. Like it would be, no, I'm not going to hoop. I don't want to go hoop today. I'm finna just sit in the crib and I'm ordering food back to back to back to back to back. So, like I stopped going into the gym and everything. So one day I was driving and I had a panic attack. and I couldn't breathe. I was just like I couldn't breathe, I couldn't see, so I had to pull over, and that's when I knew like, okay, it's God is in your hands. Whatever you want me to do, whatever I'm doing, it's you controlling it. Let it be your will. It's whatever. And ever since that day, I pray that every night, bro. Protect me, my sister, my best friend, my sister's fiance. I've prayed for you. I've prayed for people that I've hurt in the past that God will make me better so I can be better to somebody else.
And see, I think I'm not no doggone pastor at all. However, the way that I look at people, I like genuinely believe that everybody has a good heart. I genuinely
And
believe
that's the thing. Like in certain instances, because like when I did actually like school, I went to Grand Valley Community College in Michigan for psychology and sociology. So I was first year, second year, boom, and then stuff happened with the reasons I was out there. I came home. You feel me? But no, real for real though. Like I tell everybody when I first meet you, I don't have a problem with you because you've never given me a problem. You've never given me a reason to not trust you. You've never given me a reason not to have a problem with you. Now everybody doesn't get that trust. Not everybody gets that,
Right.
And that engagement. But I try not to go into it judging anybody far as like how they feel about something because I wouldn't want that done to me. There's times where I had to understand like, okay, maybe I play a little too much because when I'm asking for help and I'm crying out for help, people are laughing at it because they think I'm joking until I have a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And then it's like I can't be mad at
Because
anybody but me.
You are genuinely like just a funny person.
Right. And so I can't be mad at them because they don't know when I'm joking and when I'm not joking.
Right.
So that's when I had to learn how to know, like, for real, I need help. I needed to get help. And that is probably the hardest thing for a man,
A black man.
a black man at that,
Yeah.
to ask for help.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because if you think about what we grew up in, the demographic we was growing up in, bro, we don't get to ask for help. We ask for help. We looked at as we weak. We get emotional. We
I
can't.
saw a commercial today. It was an Amazon commercial. It's with what's the dude that played in Creed?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. He was I guess Amazon came out with this new black Alexa thing for Black History Month. I'm guessing. I don't know.
All right.
But I was watching a commercial and this black lady was there and they were telling him about the Alexa and she started she looked out the window, saw a bus with Michael B. Jordan on it. She instantly started fantasizing, and Michael B. Jordan ended up being like the black Alexa or whatever.
Because I've only ever seen the end of that when he's standing in the rain and his eyes turning into blue Amazon symbol and all that.
So like and throughout that commercial, like the woman was married to another black man.
Oh.
And so the husband came in the house and was like, who is this man? And she's sitting there like gazing at him, fantasizing about him. It even cut to a bathroom scene where she in a tub with dude. He got his clothes on, but she in the tub with him. And the husband outside the room, of course this couple is black. The husband is outside the room and she's like, the husband knocking on the door saying, honey, I gotta use the bathroom too. And I instantly thought, I was like, I'm not okay with this. Like this is not okay because how they were depicting the black man as weak.
No, for real.
And in that, because why couldn't she be single?
Right.
Why?
Like I just feel like if you're gonna make a commercial like that, and I'm not condemning anybody with their artwork, but
I am.
Well, do your thing. But because when I wait till I do it, I just feel like because I haven't fully seen the full commercial. I've only seen the end part when he's standing in the rain and they jump to Amazon, whatever. But I just feel like at some point, media, social media,
and that's what I was saying. Like
people,
society, they have been doing a fine. I don't think it's been intentional, but unintentional at the same time.
It's intentional, unintentional, bro.
Depicting black men weak.
Because if you think about it, like if you read certain excerpts from like different languages. That's why when I learned where like my family's from, like the Moorish and
Mhm.
stuff like that. I'm not as deep into it as some people, but I'm slowly learning.
Mhm.
There's a lot of power in our skin alone.
Oh yeah.
So when you get your mind and your spirit and your body all on one accord, you can do anything.
Mhm.
And people know that.
Yeah.
White people know that. Asians know that. Black people know that.
Mhm.
But it just takes getting from under that you can't do this or
Mhm.
you can't do that. And once it's drilled into your head, even as a child, that you're not supposed to cry. Bro, the first time I watched a grown man cry and he told me like, bruh, it's okay to cry.
Mhm.
It's okay to release yourself from what you dealing with.
Mhm.
I don't say I just sit here and cry, but I know if I'm dealing with something and I'm feeling overwhelmed and I don't want to hold in something to ruin a relationship or a friendship, I'll seclude myself and I'll go cry. I'll
Mhm.
pray, I'll cry, I'll get my life back right,
Mhm.
and then I'm good again.
Mhm.
But I've seen it and I don't really say nothing about it. But I love, and the crazy thing is, I love the show P Valley.
I don't watch that.
I know you don't, but I do. I like the show.
Mhm.
It's cause it's like it's entertaining.
Mhm.
Not even because they're strippers. It's like it's a real storyline. It's a good storyline.
No.
Like the mama, bro. Like they show the church on the Bible Belt, like the
Mhm.
the Delta churches from like Mississippi,
Mhm.
Alabama, all
Right.
that.
Right.
They show the corruption in different churches and the corruption with politicians and stuff like
Mhm.
that. They show it, and it's like this is a decent storyline. You feel
Mhm.
me? This is a
It's a
decent.
documentary or
No,
it's
it's an
a
actual
show.
show.
Okay.
It's a season on Stars.
Okay.
Female writer, black lady. She created it.
Mhm.
The only part that I don't like, the only part, is the Uncle Clifford part.
I don't see. I'm.
It's so Uncle Clifford runs the strip club.
Mhm.
It's called the Pink. But
Mhm.
Uncle Clifford's gay.
Mhm.
Uncle Clifford's not just gay. Uncle Clifford gets his nails done, gets the hair done,
Mhm.
makeup, wears the feminine
Right.
clothes, shoes, and
Is
it's
he the
like
only black man in the show?
it gets worse. So one of the rappers in the show, his name is Lil Murder,
Mhm.
right? Scenes go on. Uncle Clifford and Lil Murder fall in love. They having sex, all that.
Mhm.
They show it because it's on Stars and stuff, and it's just like, bro, I don't want to see that.
Well, see, and like I get it, um, because I don't want to even uh
And that's with anything like,
right even like the gay sex scenes. Like I'm not gay, however,
hmm?
like I understand. Ain't no but. I say however,
Oh, okay. I was really like, whoa,
but like
what are we doing
even
here?
so, growing up in church,
Right.
I will say I can only speak for myself. Nobody ever intentionally said hate gay people. Nobody said
Right.
that out of their mouth. But I looked at how the church was treating women that came in there dressed like dudes. You have your churches like I watch my parents, love on anybody that stepped foot in our
Yeah.
church.
And
But you
okay,
got
well,
churches.
I'm not even gonna agree with that because I can't say for where I went.
Oh, right, that's what
Yeah.
I was gonna say. But you have churches because I did also go to a church younger that like they will shun you and put you in the corner if you sin. If the
Are you
pastor
serious?
found out, pastor find out finds out that you sinned or did something that went
Was
against
yeah.
the
Crazy.
word or whatever.
Crazy thing is, I went to a church in Kinky.
Mm-hmm.
The pastor had kids with one of the.
Want to remember?
He was married. Wife sat up there in the pulpit with him every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
The lady was so close to the family. Yeah, and now it now the that said pastor is drug addict. Like
Well,
no, like
it's not
out
to
out here bad.
it's not to say that because I remember I was having a problem with because I'm a PK And
So am I.
a lot of people think that that means not only are my parents perfect, but I should also be perfect.
And that was the first mistake they made.
You said the
Don't
first.
don't tell me.
But like just the opportunity to be human, because no, this is not really a Christian podcast, but
It's not.
I'm a believer, and that's just a part of me. So we gonna talk about it. Like the act of grace and mercy, and even like the entire reason of Jesus dying on the cross. So like I don't, because I don't want to condemn people for their sins, because I sure got my own share of stuff, and I'm sure Nickel Mayne also has his own share of sin that he's committed.
Nickel Mayne ain't got nothing to do with your conversation. We're gonna
Keep Nickel Mayne.
keep Nickel Mayne out of this. Nah, look. So I should probably tell you the story behind Nickel Mayne.
I mean, you can. It's gonna be
Alright.
the first show. So.
So the story behind Nickel Mayne, it wasn't originally my idea.
Mhm.
The story behind Nickel Mayne, I was sitting with my homie, Devin Troop.
Mhm.
I was sitting with Troop, and we was talking, and we was listening to music. And somebody said something about selling weed or what. No, I said I was like, I'm finna go sell crack. I'm finna sell weed. Just playing around.
Look,
Like I always do.
I'm gonna pause you. I've thought about selling weed. I think I was.
We
I
all,
was working at Riverside
oh
Hospital,
yeah, okay, that makes sense.
and I was working when I worked at where was it at? Like you just hit moments where you see.
It's just like, man, forget
you
this,
see
bro.
right. You
This nigga
see
got $100 in 20 minutes. I want that.
You see drug dealers be like,
But then it's
coming,
like,
and
nah.
they come in here with they rollies. I had somebody recording one time.
Don't let me come to no sessions.
I had somebody. Well, nobody's getting in here unless I open the door.
Nickel Mayne.
How about that?
I slide in here with a
I'm
black
just saying,
mask.
because there's a
and
camera right there.
And?
There's also cameras all up in the hallway.
And?
But I had somebody record standing right here in this spot, with a wad of cash in their hand. They wasn't recording themselves or nothing. They were just holding on to the cash.
Oh, they ain't never had cash before.
No,
They ain't never had money before.
he has.
No.
He has.
I'm telling you.
No, he's like, he has.
I'm telling you.
He has probably grown up most of his life.
Oh,
But
then I definitely know who you're talking about.
no, you don't. You think you do. You don't.
We'll
it's
talk.
not. It's not him. I know who you're thinking about, but it's not him. It's somebody else that's
Really?
been a drug dealer for a while. But
I mean, I know most of them.
I know, but
Hmm.
you probably don't know. But
I probably don't.
he's had money for longer than a year. I can say
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I can
That
say
makes
that.
sense.
But he's standing here holding cash in his hand. So you know, growing up, seeing that, like it just like that just be.
Let me get a couple of.
Give me a little. Give me that little stat. Just a little.
6 months time. Pay some bills off. I'm good. Don't need nothing more than
Right.
that. I'm not greedy. I
Right.
get in, get out. I'm okay.
Mm-hmm. I also found out. Not gonna out nobody.
A lot of
but-
niggas that can't keep broke. Oh no,
Not-
that's not where we're going. I'm sorry.
That's not where I was going. No, I was gonna
Don't
say,
mind me.
a lot of people like we consider, because you have your levels of selling weed.
Yeah.
Because you got the people that I just got this such and such. I just need like somebody else want it. I give
See
you
with
$20.
me, if I be like, yeah, I got it, woo, that's just because like I'm bored on the weekends,
Mhm.
or I'm bored, or I'm
Mhm.
trying to make some quick money to pay something real
Mhm.
quick. Other than that, I'm not.
And then
finna
you
just
got
be
ones
out
that
here
do it for a full time
for
job.
like, and this is how they live,
Yeah.
and they make money,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
I remember thinking like I've never actually, because I ain't ever smoked. I really don't. I mean, I don't plan on
you
it.
want to?
Why everybody be trying to get me?
Okay, so I'm a responsible smoker.
Okay, fair.
I'm the type. I'll go out in public if I smell like it, if I have to.
Mhm.
But if I know I'm just finna get high,
Mhm.
I'm staying in the house.
Mhm.
I'm not that. I'm not the kid where I'm not the grown man that I don't care what I smoke. Like, woo, no, I have cologne in my car.
Mhm.
I will change my hoodie.
Mhm.
Cool. Sometimes if I'm like running to the store real quick or I'm running to grab food, I don't care. But if I'm going to an event, like coming here, I'll never come in here smelling like weed. I'll be high, but I'll never come in here smelling like weed.
Okay. On that note, we gonna end because we can talk about that next
All
time.
day.
We can talk about how
Yeah.
black people still in jail for weed charges and white people have
Two-
whole
two of my-
dispensaries.
Two of my weed dealers are white.
Well, how about how they have whole dispensaries and
At this point, if you're gonna lock me up for selling it,
we gonna talk about it next time.
hire me. You're right. What was we even talking about? That I brought
Hire
that
me.
up.
I don't know, but that's. I mean, we done.
We done.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
all right. So, again, thank y'all for tuning in to Real Nonsense. I am Nickel Mayne.
And he's nonsense, by the way.
I am very much so nonsense.
He's nonsense.
If y'all haven't,
I'm real.
Yeah, if y'all haven't figured out by now, I'm definitely nonsense. Oh, I know what we talking about. My name. So I made a post one day. I was like, I got nickel sacks, 3 for $5. I was like 3 for $5. No, 5 each, or 3 for 15. And so my homie Bianca was like, "Oh, so you Nickel Man, huh?" And at that point, oh yeah, you messed up. I told her. I was like, I'll give you credit for it and anything, but I am Nickel Man.
Yeah.
From here on out. I changed my name on Facebook.
I mean, it's kind of whack.
All right. That's fine. It's kind of whack that you don't have a mustache and you're 27. So that's fine. All right.
I ain't gonna talk about that dirty hoodie you got on.
Whoa. But you're right, though. I don't care. I really don't.
All right, y'all. We out.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be real long for y'all. You can tell he went to church.